We have Robbie here. Robbie can let me know if everything's coming through loud and clear. Sit here and be a little boring for a couple of minutes, waiting for people to come aboard. So today it's just more or less an update video to let everybody know about the next club meeting that's coming up, and we're going to try to live broadcast that as well. We broadcast last week's video. It seemed to work okay. My friend Kent was here, and if you haven't caught that video, it's up on my Our Pastime YouTube channel, which you're watching right now, actually. So that next meeting will be Saturday on the 10th at 1 in the afternoon. That's when we usually hold our meetings. And if you're in the area, you're more than welcome to stop by and join us. We usually have coffee and a snack. We didn't last time, but next week I'm sure we will. At any time, if you have any questions, you can chat. I also have the Facebook page open too, in case anybody wants to leave a comment on my OPT video page. That's where I made some announcements to notify people of this stream as well. If you want to go there, you can reply with a comment, and I'll try to answer any questions you may have there as well. So, I guess Robbie can hear me. Yeah, Robbie can't make the meeting. He's a little far away. He lives on an island in the middle of the ocean. Anyway, so this is mostly just to announce the next club meeting, and we are going to live cast that as well, at least the first half hour or so, or a half hour. It might not be the first half hour, but it will be Saturday afternoon, probably starting at 1 o'clock. Also want to mention seems to be a lot of interest in the CUB Fest this year coming up, which will be July 7th. That will be the third annual CUB Fest. That's going to be the Saturday immediately following July 4th. I like to have it right after the 4th of July. That way I can take the whole week of the 4th off to get ready for it. It's not a lot to do. People show up, and that's what really makes the fest, not the preparation necessarily. It doesn't matter how much I prepare, it's who shows up that makes the CUB Fest, and the people really make the CUB Fest. It's really more about the people than it is about anything else. And I've already been contacted by one person who's made both CUB Fests, and he's got some projects in mind for this next one coming up, and has at least one small project lined up he wants to do this year, and which also prompted me to, I don't think I mentioned it during the meeting, that I mentioned the CUB Fest during the last live cast, but I didn't mention there's a neat little thing about these CUB Fests. We have a vendor that comes to the CUB Fests, that anybody who has a CUB or a Farmall pretty much knows this vendor. It's TM Tractors, They supply a lot of the parts for CUB tractors and Farmalls, and really they can get a hold of just about any part for any tractor. They have a pretty good source for parts. So it's not just for Cub Cubs or Farmalls. If you have any other tractor, their second specialty is in Oliver tractors. It's two guys that run TM tractors, and the second guy, Rick, his favorite tractor actually is Oliver tractors, and he has restored a few of those. TM tractors, before they were TM tractors, they were Windy Hill Restorations, and they still keep that as their business name. They restore a lot of tractors. They stay really busy. So they have quite a availability of parts. They have a lot of parts on hand. They can get new parts. They have some old parts on hand. I've bought a double gang disc harrow from them last year for the Farmall Cub. They had that right on hand, and it was in usable and workable condition. Pretty much all I had to do is grease it up and hook it up to the tractor, and I made a video of that. That's on my channel too. And really, all I did was hook it up, and I was good to go. And so, but the point I'm getting to is TM Tractor shows up, and they bring a few tractors up too. There's another video on this channel of them coming or loading up their tractors at the end of the show. And they have a fairly good sized trailer where they load up 4 Cubs on their trailer. And so they had brought 4 Cubs to the first Cub Fest. And making a long story longer here. The point I'm trying to get to is that since they do supply Cub parts, they offered on the first Cub Fest that anybody coming to the Cub Fest could pre-order parts through them, and they would bring the parts to the Cub Fest, and you wouldn't have to pay shipping on those. So you could get you could save your shipping if you ordered your parts, and TM Tractors would bring the parts. And quite a few people took advantage of that, and it worked out pretty well. So last year they had that same arrangement, but unfortunately one of the vendors got injured shortly before the Cub Fest, and they weren't able to come. He had been loading up a tractor and injured his foot quite severely and wasn't able to walk. So that prevented him from coming to the Cub Fest. So Robbie has a question. He says, if I was going to buy another Farmall tractor, what would it be? As much as I like Cubs, my second favorite tractor would be a Super A. Or like Robbie has a Farmall 100 that he's restored. If you can check out his video. He has some videos too of his restoration that came out really nice. And the Farmall 100 is the more recent version, I guess, of the Super A. And then there's the 140 that came after that. But either a 140 or a Super A would be my second favorite tractor if I was going to get another one. So I guess we have Robbie and one other person watching right now. So I know the first time I did this, people weren't able to comment, and it was because they didn't have an account through YouTube or Google Plus. I guess if you have Google Plus, a Google Plus account or a Google account, you can also comment through YouTube. But so this time, if you found out about this live stream through YouTube, through Facebook, you can go to that link on Facebook and leave a comment. And I should be able to see that, and I can reply to your comments too, as well, through Facebook. So the Cub Fest is quite a lot of fun. I host the Cub Fest, and I provide a meal, which is a barbecue right at noontime, and my daughter cooks chili, and that's become known as Riley's world famous chili. But the only disclaimer to that is that so far only people on the upper East Coast have tried Riley's world famous chili. So um, hopefully if you come you'll be able to sample some of that. I know Rob in New Hampshire, he's been working on a restoration project too, and he's the one that had contacted me about a project that he wants to do here for this year's Cub Fest. He's been working on quite a project. If you go to farmallcub.com, that's a great resource site. He's quite active on that site, and he's been posting pictures of his restoration project there. He's restoring a demonstrator cub, a 1950 demonstrator cub, and he's torn it right down into all of its pieces. Its last picture I saw, it didn't have the wheels, it was just the main torque tube, and everything was apart. I asked him if he'd bring it to the Cub Fest this year, but I guess he's having engine troubles. That was his excuse, I guess. So we'll see what happens. Maybe not this year, but maybe next year he'll bring his demonstrator. That would be quite something to see. Well, this is going to be a short stream, so I don't have too much more that I wanted to talk about tonight. I just wanted to give you an update and to invite you to the next CUB Club live stream, which is, again, that's on March 10th. Hope you can make it. And I was surprised that Robbie didn't make that. I kind of expected him to be part of that stream. Maybe he was out on the boat or something. I don't know. But so until then, until the next Saturday, let's see, I'm looking for a good Farmall H wide front end. Want it for putting it in the salt on my oyster. It's working up the bottom. Well, I know a lot of people are looking for the wide front ends. They're a little more stable than the narrow front ends. But I think, I don't know, I haven't seen the piece separate. I think, Robbie, you might end up having to buy a parts tractor for that, and a wide front end. A complete tractor or a parts tractor that's not repairable in order to get the wide front end. I don't think I've seen any on Craigslist recently, but I've seen them in the past. That's where I would suggest looking. There is a guy up in Dover. He has quite a Dover Foxcroft. He has quite a boneyard of tractors, and I know that's probably too far away for you. That's about the only source I know where you might possibly find a wide front end. But I mean, even Robbie, even if you go onto that farmallcub.com, they don't just specialize in the Cubs. They specialize in all Farmalls. So maybe somebody on that. They have a Farmall 100 section. I think I told you that maybe in the past. I'm not sure, but they have a Farmall 100 section on there too, or NSC section as well. Maybe somebody on there might be willing to part with a wide front end. If you go to farmallcub.com, go to one of their sub forums on that website, maybe that might be a good source. I'm not sure if there's anybody in your area or close in Canada. So, but that's what I would suggest. That's about my only resource that I know for, in general, for Farmalls, off the top of my head. Everything else is in New York at Wagner's or some of those other tractor houses. So Anyway, I'm going to close out this stream now. And Robbie, it was nice. Thanks for joining me. It was the Tom and Robbie show once again. So we'll do this again probably in 2 weeks in between the next club meeting. Or if I find a chance to do it before then, if there's other interest, if something comes up, I'll give you a short notification and let you guys know again that I may be doing another live stream. In the meantime, if you're watching this while it's not live, feel free to leave any comments, suggestions about topics and things like that. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up. That helps make my channel more popular, and all that stuff gets it seen by more people, and helps my channel grow. Right now my channel is not monetized, so I don't make any money on it. I don't meet the qualification. YouTube changed the qualifications so that you have to. It's quite a hurdle to get up to that qualification process. Now I'm halfway. I meet just about all of the qualifications. It's just my subscriber number is down too low. I need to get up to 1,000. So that's why I'm asking for subscribers. I'm trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers. So I did get notified that YouTube is allowing the chats to be seen. So Robbie's got some good information here too. You'll want to look at the chat section on this live stream. So until next time, I appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, comment, give me a thumbs up, and we'll catch up with you in the near future. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.